Hello, hello, hello. Welcome finally to a quick little route loading video here on the North London lines and a first look at the new ATS Class 90s. There's been some people complaining that these have issues. Fair enough, we're going to talk about it more as we get on the go. I've not experienced most of those, but there we have it. Actually, fair, I've experienced it once. AWS is cutting both the control enter key, right-hand headlights for day, ETS remains off, GSMR's not submitted because we're in a free roam mode, marker lights come on. It's about as ready for departure now. So I'm going to use free roam to set up a little path for us. And like I say, we are going to diverge at Camden Road, so we'll just stop in Camden Road station. Still got the red aspect. We'll be waiting for the 378 next to us to depart. Collect depart at 10 o'clock and then we'll follow that around. We'll put the reverser back to neutral. I'll set my speed set to 20 miles per hour. Keep my brake where it is. And that is just ready to go. Parking brakes released. Local brake released. Oh, we've got the road. Happy days. He's at half power just to get us departed on the move. No, well, I'll put the reverser forward. Then I use half power. So there have been some issues with this. From what I understand, they've primarily focused around the console market. I found it pretty playable on PC. To be fair, I've only ever been doing this one run. It's taken about 3 attempts to record it so far. Actually, I'm going to stop because I want that 378 in front of us. Wait for him to... Yeah, there you go. He's got a proceed aspect. Wait for him to move, then I'll set our path. So he's 378215. I'm going to Clapham today. From here at Stratford, of course. That's the big shopping centre at Stratford, and sort of that way, down there, is Stratford International. It's in a big hole on the ground, you can't miss it. There is, of course, also a 66. That's sort of doing this booked run. We're doing it ourselves because we're cooler than they are. Just wait for him to depart. I think he goes, like I said, around 10. You know what, I'm going to set the path now and we'll just see what happens. There you go, got a single line but not a proceed aspect now, so he's now got the road. He's going to basically have priority over us, which is what I was trying to achieve the entire time. We'll take half power and we'll just depart for our departure around the thing. So you can see the brakes are coming off. The ammeters are indicating that we're drawing amps, which is good. We're putting resistance into the... Well, they're not ammeters, they're resistance gauges, I guess, more specifically. And we depart. So, like I say, this was originally going to be all the way around Willesden, but it's taken me that many attempts to get there, and I've still not made it in a video that I'm just not doing it anymore. So, big thing that I would love to have seen with this, of course, are some differently branded wagons here. So, new wagons would have been nice. I understand that's not always possible, but like some IKAs would have been great. You know, just something to add to that mix, just to change up the profile. Not even the profile, but like just the colours on intermodal stuff. Because, yeah, basically. What else? I will leave it in 20 idle. It would be great if we got this in TS Classic. I think there's a non-zero chance of that. And that would be pretty cool. But overall, it is a really good model. Like the texturing here is fabulous. We are being checked to a stand, of course. Pucker butt time. Get the brake off, just so it's a gentle start, and brake step on. There we go. So we'll have a little fly around the exterior while straight for that 3782 move away from us. So the grills here are probably the most obvious, like nice bit of modelling, I think. They look spot on. They look like, you know, they've been hit by birds and other things throughout the train's life, and it looks great. Overall, the shape. So caveat here: I've not seen that many Class 90s. I've seen maybe 4 or 5. Or, you know, they're not like my mega, super duper sort of most common, but this pitch feels... Oh, okay, that wet pitch is balked. This feels too steep. Is the other end of it smoother? No. Yeah, so that feels a bit too steep in terms of modelling. This is feel. You know, I'm happy to be told I'm entirely wrong there. I probably am. But that's my one bit of criticism on getting the shape right, is the front doesn't feel quite perfect. Otherwise, the grills are good. The also, again, minor snag here. If you go to the rear of the train, the hook hangs down, that should be stowed away, and the air pipe thinks it's connected to something, which it isn't. So if you look to the front, where we're attached, our locos are attached, I should say, you can see there's a glad hand joint there. These jobs just hang down. Shouldn't be up erect like that, like it's attached to something else. Two amber, single amber next. There is also in, I believe it's this park over here, or it might be the other side of this as a park. There is some of the steel from the World Trade Center. So 20 is pretty much going to be our speed for most of this journey around. There is no manual to go with this loco, which I think is a shame. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm trying to get the manual, well, not the manual, but the store page up in front of me. Yep, that's fine. Class 90. So, introducing modern freight. Yeah, iconic loco, yada yada. So, okay, liveries, good point, chance to mention those, I suppose. So this is Freightliner New, this is Freightliner Power Haul livery, also known as. You've then got DB Red, you've got DB Blue, which is basically an XDRS livery. And then you've got two of the Freightliner variants, which is Freightliner Grey, which is the original livery post-privatisation, and Freightliner basically old, which is Freightliner Green, which is like the original sort of Freightliner branding. Yeah. We don't have orange, they don't do the Genesee Wyoming livery. And that is, I think, because basically Freightliner is no longer part of that group, so therefore Genesee Wyoming don't want them to be using it. So I think basically the deal is that they don't have to respray the locos straight away, but they also don't have the provision to put on any new locos, if that makes much of a sense. Single amber right ahead, so I'll just set the power at the loco and we'll just coast around here. There we go, just continuing, coasting around the curves here. On our way through, back to Dubs. And what I'll do is I'll go to 25 now, because we are sort of a little ways behind the train ahead, so I'll let the train do 25 in theory. Now, 290s on this is a lot of power. So normally sort of 166, I think, so it's 3.5 horse. These are about 6,000 each. Double amber, single amber next. Of course, behind us there, that is the sculpture from the Olympic Park. There's no giant banana slide. I'd love to go and do that sometime. So, I did. What's been going on with me? So my mum's been over this last week, which is quite nice. Her and a partner. They got in trouble. I managed not to, for a change. The only trouble I got in was from her. So we went. So her partner, he is Czech. So I'm half Czech. My mum is Czech. And she lives over there. Since my dad's passed away, she's. Well, her and my dad were separated for some time, and then it was very complicated. But basically, she's now got a partner. Well, she had one for a while, but this is like officially, yeah, officially official. And so we went to this beach in a place called Alnmouth, up in Northumberland. I'll point it out next time we go up there and train some classic, because it is on the East Coast Main Line. we went for this walk along the beach. I'm doing a little talk of, so that thing you see there, that is a sandbar. You get loads of people getting stuck on those because they don't realise how quickly the water moves in around them, and they've got to get rescued by the lifeboat. Now this one was maybe 3 meters from the beach, so like not mad, right? Basically, so in the end, he ends up going on to take photos. Fair enough. And me and him were trying to get attention because, well, um, the tide had come in and had fully wrapped around him, and he was now stuck. So basically, he was the last person off that island before the island disappeared into the North Sea. So the sandbar became an island, I should say, and then it disappeared in the North Sea. And this is Hackneywick, I believe. Yes, the same station. So it's not too massively far. So it's only sort of 4 or 5 miles. So it's not a particularly long video, this. But I didn't want to make a massive video. I just wanted to really have a chance just to drive the train. Sort of not really get up to high speeds, but run it at slow speeds. Overall, what's my impression? I think it's got a lot of potential. Obviously, the bugs do need to be fixed at the end of the day. That's the nature of the beast. What actually is the proper list of them? Okay, so power failure issues with the local pushes 0 amps. Not had that one, honestly. AWS DSD controllers, low rest. Oh, it's a magic sticker. Okay. So that's how you turn. So yeah, that is a bit of a shame that it's some sort of sticker. We'll if we get checked to a stand here, I'll get up and have a look at the sticker and see if we can figure it out. At the end of the day, if you want the safety systems isolated, I think you need to model the equipment room on the Class 90. That's my official take on this. I don't, I thought it was just me not being able to find them, but no. Double amber, single amber next. So what I like about this sort of route here, double amber, single amber, red, so you can see how the signalling sequences. You can just about catch a glimpse of the single amber there. And then that is the West Anglia main line, I believe. Yes, it would be, yes, the West Anglia route. Single amber, red ahead. Power out. So throttle's fully closed. Step 2 brake. Step 3 brake. I want to be at 50 miles an hour over the magnet. 4 brake. You can see the train in the signal section ahead. My signal is obscure, but it is a red. I'm not allowed to permissively work past in Friends and World. Throttle closed. Half brake on. We will just sit here until we can depart properly and not just sort of have to mess ourselves up. Single amber red ahead. Should I have chucked it into neutral there and done all that? Yeah, of course. Am I going to do it? No, I'm not. full power on. So you'll see it may lose its footing ever so slightly here. Ever so slight amounts of wheel slip kicking on. But overall, it pulls really well. You can see that, that's it, it's slipping a bit. Green, 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 green. Oh yeah, I said we'd get up and have a look around the cab. I'll do that next time we stop. I'll do it when we stop at Camden Road before we hand over the train formally. Lovely little 66 coming the other way. What livery is he in? Fully WS. He's not got the DB stickers yet. I do actually have the reskin pack in, so they should start spawning in on, I believe, most routes. There's no point me accelerating past 24 because that's already a double amber. Like I'm like 25 miles an hour is about the average speed trains take across this line. Oh, also train length is about, so it's about 300 meters. So it's about 900 feet. We'll do 910. So no, train length should work. Single amber red ahead. Single amber red ahead. Yep, that'd be about right for the train length. That was a weird jolt. It's not perfect and it has bugs, but overall, visually I think it's very good. Like I said, I don't think it's particularly great to have to click on a sticker to turn on and off your safety systems. Can't even tell what sticker. No, can't tell. But power, come on, full power. Pick the train up, let's go. Double amber, single amber next. You do catch up, sort of regularly here. Do the next. Double amber, like I say, double amber, single amber next. And that line diverging to the right, that is the line towards the East Coast Main Line, ultimately at Finsbury Park, so the brick train goes down there. The heck brick train. Look at the amount of signals here, the read across potential is insane. So you got this, it'll be Highbury and Islington Station with the East London Line terminators and trains on the left. We're on the right hand side. You do normally get signal checked here because I believe it's quite a long signal section afterwards, so I'm just going to take the power out. wonder, was this an issue that they just couldn't get the reference for the equipment room? Nope, I've got a picture right here. I mean, it's quite complicated, so there's probably a lot to model in there. Yeah, because the railway media does have some photos of the thing there, but yeah. Red ahead, covering over the AWS key, AWS button even. We'll draw right up to it. I do wonder why just not more often that someone just jumps onto the back of a flat, like container flat like that as they come through a platform. It's level boarding. Or like when they're stationary, I should say. Right, let's bring the train to a stand here at this signal. Neutralise the reverser. Oh, bollocks. I've wrecked it. Oh, neutralise the reverser before it stops, and that's triggered an emergency brake application. Right, let's see if I can figure out this. So that's at the spare seat, like second man seat, well, third man seat probably. Cab lights. Equipment bay lights. It's not very obvious where this sticker is. That's just the door again. Right, I do need to actually assume that we're going to depart here at some stage. So, reverser is neutralised, plunger is depressed, then released. And then we'll let the brakes come off on their own, hopefully. Because I'll be honest, I've successfully reset this from an emergency brake application once, and I've had once that I've not managed to. But yeah, I cannot tell where this magic sticker would be, if I'm honest. Yeah, see, this is where I got stuck last time. So, I ended up overcharging the brake. I've got my hood on here just so that I can actually see what my... Yeah, there you go. Now, overcharge the brake pipe. Generating power. Just pulling against a train that doesn't want to move. Right, hood's going off. And we'll continue as though nothing ever happened there. So the brakes do sometimes fuck up. In ways that I think is unrealistic. But the maquette on the seats is accurate. You've got this sort of like stripy manoeuvre going on here. So the one I'm looking at is a bit cleaner, but it's a bit more worn around the sides. So, and also this is black, not grey. But I'd imagine that's that one interior refresh. Oh yeah, that's an RFD one, because it's got the propeller and control system on here. Okay, so this is how it moves away. Obviously, you can see I'm in overcharge, so in theory the brakes wouldn't work with them up for now. They will cause train sim, but you know. I'm just going to absolutely storm away. Full power on. You can see the locals really giving it beans here. I'm obviously dragging something that, you know, that just doesn't want to come. But I don't care. It's train sim, it's not real life. You wouldn't do this in real life, but you also wouldn't have this issue in real life. AWS is clear for the first time today. That's what that looks like when it's not lit. Now... This is a location I actually come to in real life. So I get quite a few of my breaks just due to the nature of my work, or opinions expressed in this video are my own, not those of my employer. I get quite a few breaks around London, so I'll go for a walk, and I came up here on one of them. Just because I wanted to see, like, I basically wanted to find, I can't remember the name of that station now. I wanted to get there, but I found this instead. So if you want to see how close you could get to being on top of the HS2 tunnel. So this area is all access, but it's like a private apartment complex. But no one told me to leave, so I was just there nice and quietly on my own. But there was, obviously this has all been beefed up a lot more in security, because there was a guy climbed on top a couple of years ago now. But below us now, that's the East Coast Main Line. That's where I work. That's King's Cross Station, that's HS2. You can see some pancreas in the background. Little Javelin on its way off to Southeastern High Speed. That's where that is. Like I said, I do wish we had little spurs to connect the routes up so we could do little rail tour outings on here. And I'm going to power off. See how quickly it knocks my power. Oh no, I think the brakes have actually come off now. That's actually quite good. So just put 20 in. You step on a brake, just see what happens. So you've got to use step 2 to actually get the brakes to apply now. Oh no. I've also been here. So this is the middle main line we're now going over the top of. So it's a little walkway you can take that basically comes from a sketchy looking back street. You come up here, and there was basically, I ended up chatting to a guy who was watching an aggregate train like that unload it, but just be discharged, and then I sort of went off on my way up there and then back down, sort of under the North London and then under sort of that area, well, the other side of the cement plant. Single amber red ahead. We are now approaching Camden Road, where we'll be ending our little video today. So, overall, what are my thoughts on the Class 90? I quite like it. It's got bugs, but overall, it's a loco that I think I can see having some use of in train sim. That's my long-term answer. It's absolutely got stuff it needs attention fixing, but in the meantime, yeah, it'll do. I can tolerate it. 20 miles an hour. That's Camden Road. Get the power out. Like I say, we're being relieved here, but not wink wink, because the train's got to go via Primrose Hill to get to where it's going. Just going to double check my length here. 30 minutes is perfect. So this is me in step 1, by the way. Oh, the brakes are finally fucking normalised. Glorious. So I need to just creep up to the signal here at Camden Road. I've actually been at this station many times now. Bit of power, bit of power, bit of power. Stop well short. That's embarrassing. In front of the lovely ladies and gentlemen as well. So Camden Road Station. Really fast. Before I get myself in more trouble. I'll come up at the canals over here. And basically down this way. This is Camden Market. And there's a absolutely gorgeous crumble place called Humble Crumble. It's my little treat to me. If I'm having a bit of a bad day, I'll go down there and have a crumble if I've got time. Which I normally don't these days. But I used to have a roster though where like I'd occasionally get a job where I have an hour and a half in London. If I'm back at work tomorrow, which I should be, I'm going to stop here and end the video. But if I'm back at work tomorrow, which I should be, I'll probably pay them for that actually. Not been for ages. So the next driver is here for us to hand over to. So I'm going to neutralise the reverser. AWS is going to get applied. DRA is going to get applied even. Door's going to get opened. Hello driver. Yeah, it's all yours. Alright, thanks. See you later. Bye bye.